it didn't rain, which was unusual. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
And were you
all
at
time.
this Redgate then, or?
No, the Redgate had packed up and gone in
Oh, right.
1940.
So you're going to the local
So it was,
Chichester High School.
when you're talking about the, Battle of Britain, that was sort of the up pretty well till just the very time that I did go to high school, because it was like, I think, July, August, early September.
When you started high school in
place.
September, so you were on summer holidays in July and August.
No, we were living there. I was living there. I mean, because they'd moved into a house and they were living there.
In
The
Bognor,
school disappeared, but we were still living in the same place.
27 Elmwood Avenue.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you'd got that.
yeah.
Right, but I mean, it was the summer holidays. You weren't going to the day school either. They weren't going to the high school.
No, there was nowhere to go to. Everybody was. All the small schools like that had just packed up.
Well, no, but you
disappeared.
but you didn't start the Chichester High School till September.
Late September. Yeah.
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 So you were off all summer during the Battle of Britain. Yeah.
And so was Evelyn, and I used to hang out with her a lot, and she.
And now, had you met her at Redgate, or what?
Yeah,
did you,
Redgate, yeah. And yeah, well, as you say, that was the whole time, all these things. And then at night, well, certainly in September, you would hear the bombers going over. We must have been in a park. Yeah, I think we were, because we used to have, there was a big sort of thing, gasworks thing, a big, they always try to explain to you because they just don't have them here, a big sort of tower thing. And apparently that was the sighting the Germans took. At that, they went off for London. But you heard them at night coming over, and you could tell, because that's before the jets, and they all had engines, and you could tell the difference in the engines between a German and a...
They had a different sound.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, you'd at night just lie in bed listening to these damn things. But at least they were, I mean, it was bad for London, but...
They didn't bomb Bognor.
Yeah, only... well, I think sometimes what happened, they'd go on a bombing raid and they'd have a bomb left, and then occasionally they'd just join it. Because Evelyn herself, they had one on her house in September of 1940. They were out that day. But it wasn't completely flattened. It was sort of, I think you went into the yard, and the government fixed the house up, and they lived in it again afterwards. So they had to live somewhere else for just while they were doing it.
Did they live in the country?
No, they lived in Bognor.
Oh, in Bognor, okay.
Yeah, well.
Because I remember when I met her once, didn't I? And she seemed to be in the country.
Well, she lived in Felpham, which was a sort of suburb of Bognor.
Oh, right, but it's sort of rural,
No, she
isn't it?
didn't live in the country.
Felpham
No.
doesn't count as
No.
rural, no. Okay.
Well, it isn't a country.
Did I meet her at one point? I thought
I
I did.
expect so, yeah, I'm sure.
When
you
was
must
that?
have
I was
done.
only there in 73, and
Well, it was Jean you went to.
in
But now
1973.
she lived up in Suffolk, or whatever it was, that area, northeast of London.
Oh, and
and
she
she
was
did live in this country. Well, a village.
But did you meet her at Chichester High School or
I
Redgate?
met her at Chichester High School, yeah.
So she was living north of London, then why would she be going to Chichester High School?
No, that was, you're talking about the 50s or something. She was married. And,
okay. So she lived
and,
in Chichester or
yeah,
Bognor
she lived
originally?
in Bognor when I knew her when she was at school.
At
yeah.
Chichester High School.
Yeah.
Right, and
yeah.
then later she moved north of London.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know where she met this guy, but she became a teacher, and she went to a teaching college, and I don't remember where it was. It wasn't in Bognor. So
Well, it doesn't matter.
I suppose she met this guy there. Anyway, she ended up in Suffolk or whatever. And it wasn't far from Cambridge, because when I went to see her there, she took me into Cambridge, and just for the day to see the sights. Went into the chapel. There's a famous chapel in Cambridge.
Oh, King's College Chapel.
That's right. Yeah, with all the funny.
With all the
yeah.
the vertical
It has
lines.
a beautiful carved roof wall inside.
Yeah, no, actually, we went in 2008, I guess, with Maddie and Susanna on our Harry Potter tour.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah, and there was some people, a couple of people in like, I don't know, Cambridge costume at the door to the chapel, and it looked just like Harry Potter.
What do you mean by Cambridge?
Well, I'll show you the picture. I have the picture.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, but and then and then I guess you were. Oh yeah. We don't have to go through this in total detail. I have plenty of time. We don't have to go through this in total detail, but I guess you were working after you finished school, you worked at a dairy in Bognor.
You skipped the women's land now.
Oh, the women's land dairy, right? Okay. you want to do that? Yeah. You want to? Maybe we should wait. Let me just stop this because the files get too big.